Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Stellaris Let's Play. This is Northstar. I hope you folks are well, taking care of each other, being kind to yourselves. Apologies, I'm somewhat stressed here. And for folks new to my channel, since I occasionally pick up new viewers, well, more than occasionally, in fact, it's the majority of views on most videos, welcome. For those returning, welcome back. New folks, you should know I'm disabled on COVID. Sometimes it makes me think more slowly, get sidetracked, also, for what it's worth, interferes with judgment, emotional processing, visual and auditory processing even sometimes. It has a lot of effects, though the most important is very, very, very low energy and insomnia. Increased anxiety also is a thing. Hubble discovered dark matter. Makes life difficult in a lot of ways. And even though I have, well, somewhat decent coping strategies for some of these things, it's just not possible to work normal jobs full time. I certainly can't go back to my work as an EMT like this because of the muscle weakness that is being caused by long COVID, where I can lift only a fraction of the weight I could before. I pull muscles very easily. My muscles don't seem to really contract in perfect coordination, and so this is normally, the cerebellum does this, it's probably impaired, and it's very important to not pulling muscles. So I pull muscles easily on weights that would have been perfectly safe for me before. EMTs have to lift heavy loads. A lot of jobs, surprisingly, do. I was looking at post office, and they're like, you may have to lift 50-pound loads, and even though I'm going to try and apply anyways, and get disability accommodations, they might not want to hire me if I can't lift 50-pound loads sometimes, even though this is not like delivering mail. This would be like front desk clerk at a post office, which, in theory, there shouldn't be that much lifting heavy loads in it, but that's in theory. I did remember, however, and I was pretty sure of this, I double-checked off camera, also, I did reset all a robot off Anchor. I keep doing that, and it's just, I feel like it's slowing the flow of the videos. So I did it while I was paused, but I also double checked this. Gigantic skeleton. What? Especially, I'm not playing optimally. I'm playing in a way that, I don't know, makes this a little more unique, interesting with doing what's planned to be a kind of succession game where I play as another empire after either a Cosmogenesis needle or shenanigans using loading games multiplayer. Game temporarily to switch empires, or just losing even. I could do that. Either way, I'm going to swap to play another empire and then another empire. And I'm not playing optimally exactly. Trying to kind of get grand projects done. Including I'm going to do a lot of civics changes to get the most out of hitting Vault. So I don't feel bad about leaving stuff here, running it right at the last minute to get more skilled. Research or uni or whatever. I didn't realize when I surveyed the worlds of Fallen Empire, their holy worlds, that the first time you do one, you get an event where you get scaled at uni. That's new to me. I don't remember that. Maybe it was there always, but I forgot. Otherwise, I would have delayed that just to get more scaled at uni, since it didn't get me to the next tradition, so no immediate benefit. I could have at least waited till the amount I got would have probably been enough to push a tradition. Got a little more as my uni keeps going up with income, with more squires growing on Anchor. Anyways, what was previously thought to be a sword mounds in the southern hemisphere of Tefim 2, this barren world, has been identified as the massive skull remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old. Ooh, that's old, and honestly, probably solar winds and stuff would have caused them to crumble by this point. Even if there was no atmosphere or life to break down the planet, and, well, all life forms have bacteria living in them, so there probably would have been bacteria that could, even if the planet was previously sterile, would have seeded the world with bacteria, a giant life form, and they would have broken down the bones, or other life that would evolve from it. This is nonsense, but somehow, 3.4 billion year old skeleton still exists. Which is impossible unless it got calcified into actual stone, basically, and isn't really bone anymore. But our scientists have ruled out that Tefim 2 could have supported life on that scale at any point in the planet's history. Scientist Lang Zhang has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery. Special project or a science ship. Won't be doing it for a while. These special projects never time out, so I can come back and do it at my leisure. This is my borders, maybe, which might involve or these guys that keep open borders to me. It's the hive. Well, there might be some wars. There's definitely a war coming out with this hive. I'll mention this briefly. Civics changes as soon as I'm able. Slow walking. I'm gonna want to switch into functional architecture and philosopher king. I don't think I can get master crafters in time for the benefit that would give to this event chain, but I should be able to get the other two. If I can, then I'll pick up masterful crafters as a third if I somehow have more time between events than I thought, because there is mean time that happens as well as waiting to click on these until they're about to expire. Then the second set will be catalytic processing or catalytic ignitions, environmentalist. And actually, though this is evil, but this is playing as the bad guys who later good guys will take over the Empire, slaver guilds. This will also help with rolling the tech for Slave Processing Center on the hive mind here, which their pops are non-sentient. Eventually get rid of that, and the only air quote slavery will be of these non-sapient pops. I don't really consider that. That's like our keeping cattle slavery. If it's not sentient, if it can't think, not self-aware, hive-minded proposition, but they'll still piss off the xenophiles, I'm sure, with the exploited, disconnected drones. So disconnected drones, you can either choose to purge, that's to kill them off, or you can keep them alive. If you keep them alive, you can either put them in a zoo. You can do symbiosis if you're egalitarian, which makes them work as workers at very low job efficiency, or you can exploit them, work as workers at higher job efficiency. Although to do that, you need a processing center, which that'll help. It also gives a better event, though, outcome at one point in this. So I'm trying to get that max, and then eventually, maybe I will do Agrarian Idol before swapping to Megacore. We'll see. I like Imperial Authority. It's kind of cool. Fortunately, I have to get rid of Imperial Coal, even though it's probably still strong for a while yet. So, just give me a heads up on what I'm planning on doing there. Building the bones of what would be a future more ethical empire that takes over the territory of this one, which will be probably a workers' cooperative megacore. Maybe I'll swap that before this empire collapses, but collapses or does a cosmogenesis needle or gets conquered or something. Whatever collapsing will be, a switch into a vassal and then breaking free and causing the collapse of the previous empire. However it works. I mean, empires throughout history have risen and fallen. There aren't really mechanics for that in this game. I kind of wish there were. You could cause a collapse to your own empire and swap to a successor state. That'd be cool, realistic, and would enable new gameplay like terraforming worlds to Gaia worlds, and your next empire doesn't take World Shaper kind of thing. Well, that's the wrong key. Just press. What does that do? Nothing. I don't think. Boom. Finish construction here. Don't yet have what I need for materials. I'll add there in terms of minerals. Uplifting another pre-sapient species that finishes in a month. Anchor is doing the materials workshop. That's a much higher yield place for it than Hesuk. This will eventually, I mean, after the Mimit, I should probably switch this to Research Enclave, get rid of the priests from the district specialization. I may swap this to a monument eventually, because there'll probably be a lot of civilians in this world someday. Yeah, and it'll be one part Research Enclave, one part civilian industry, which will provide the consumer goods for the researchers. But I just can't afford to divert that many pops to research. And honestly, the most cost-effective way to research is with the Knights. They provide some research in a lot of uni. So adding squires to Anchor. And then yet, when I get habitat expansion, I'll be able to add a second specialization with 3 more strongholds, so even more Knights. It'll become more efficient than ever. I have 2 free districts when I have the minerals. I'm going to do a Genesis, Preserve, and Uplift. So I get Genesis Monument on Anchor, which will add to Uni production even more. The Uni will be a byproduct of research, even though research is going to eventually be the most valuable thing. But Uni can always be used for planetary ascensions, which are important, and speed up research indirectly by reducing empire size, increasing output of a lot of resources, and edicts, to run edicts, sometimes where they're cost effective. Cool. Let's see. Another automated generator district here. How many technicians they have, including on 412? This is only worth like 3.4 net. It's probably still worth adding another generator district. I don't have a space for, well, I've run out of deposits for generator districts on Hesuk. Probably eventually go to add another mining or something district or gene crops someday. Might want to do gene crops, yeah, because I'm going to need the food. It'll reduce planetary deficits, even though, well, that'll mean importing minerals to run the civilian industries. Either district will be fully useful, so but the ag district will do more to reduce deficits. So maybe I'll do another ag district someday here. Probably after I've swapped cattle technicians and actually need the food, though. So leave it be for now. The capital will have 1 free district, and actually, when I do Swarms of the Deity, it'll have 3 free districts, and Venom C is 5. So there'll still be more space for development. Guess there will be mines and farms probably ahead. Mastery nature. Minerals of the generator thing is synth. Probably the next thing I should do is automate this. And then I'll start the automation there. Automation here eventually. This is the start of the Manifesti, which will eventually give me a egalitarian faction. Even once they disappear, I'll have egalitarian population form faction. Now let me just swap out of authoritarian someday into egalitarian. Scale physics, event chain, I'm so walking. This is a stasis, orbital stasis prison. Scale society, event chain, scale a bunch of things. We'll have to do this. The machine awakes soon.
We have detected an anomaly.
But yeah, I already knew that was a orbital vending machine, which usually gives you a soft drink, an ancient soft drink, which is apparently worth a lot of society research studying it. Unusual energy readings. This is just a very generic. You've seen it before. It can be any of numerous events. Anomalies, a lot of outcomes. Just save the devs having a bunch of different descriptions, and you know, probabilistic, you can't always tell some similar things apart. Ramirez is my scholar. We'll do this anomaly. There's not going to be any anomalies here. But the master guide's here because prospector might find extra deposits. There's a small chance. Chance to increase resource deposit size 20%. Seems to be a lot less than that, but whatever. I don't want Laranova on that. But Laranova here. It's faster. There's definitely no anomalies here. Guess just Birdmeister. Gotta have her work somewhere. so I like to just build things up tall. Lots of orbital deposits and stuff. I haven't seen Prospector give its extra thing. It gives you a pop-up when it does, or at least it used to. So I haven't seen it actually be beneficial even once. This will probably get in my borders. So there was some small benefit to not putting Squirm in my borders right away. And that these guys are surveying, and there's this tiny chance they'll find an archaeological site. I think it's less for an AI than player, but they definitely do seem to find them sometimes. Even something that's been surveyed before. I found sites like, I think this one, ancient facility I found after it's definitely already been surveyed with a hive or something. I've definitely seen for sure that every time a world surveyed, there's a chance of finding an archaeology site. So maybe I'll get lucky and they'll get one added here. And then maybe in my borders, I can excavate it. I can maybe get a minor artifact deposit. Sometimes you get those when you finish a site. It's part of why I'm doing message in a bottle, besides the minor artifacts I get immediately. Delayed this because it can be beneficial to, if you get a colony event chain mushroom picking first, and then there's a nobody is listening thing, which you either have to disassemble the network here or have not excavated yet, and then you can take a thing that gets you an empire modifier for code breaking from this, which won't be passed on my successor empire, so it's not that important, but this was just closer and an easier archaeology state anyways, so I've delayed slightly doing Orball. I'll probably do it, not wait for mushroom picking, because I'll disassemble the network so that I can study. I'll probably get mushroom picking colony chain eventually. I don't think AIs get colony events, so just players, so could be wrong. I'd have to double check the wiki on that. Anyways. Oh. Even sitting and specifically thinking about what I'm going to do here, I forget stuff. I should see what they have to offer. Just because I don't want them to come disloyal. I think that the most I can ask in loyalty without them become disloyal and cancel their commercial pact. I'll have to start lending fleet soon. Swimming influence I don't need, and I'm over naval capacity. So yeah, I might lend them some ships before long. Increase their loyalty and then get resources one-off. 30-year leases on fleets, but resources now, probably. Since they keep defaulting on long-term deals. What can I ask for? Minerals. They don't have any to give. Darn it. Energy. Trade. Trade can be used to buy stuff. I don't have any alloys, but oh, they do. Food. They really overvalue food. But I have nothing else to ask for, so I'll round this out with a little food. Boom. So energy, trade, alloys, food. And they'll probably reject it, but whatever. I can let them become a little more loyal and do a bigger deal later. It's not high priority that they accept. Wouldn't be unless they had minerals. Then I would. But the way people sell me minerals are charging extortionate rates, therefore I'm just buying the internal market occasionally and relying on direct production. That's another thing. Trade hubs are better than solar panels if you're going to be buying resources, which is something I need to remember in my multiplayer game and turn the starting solar panels to a trade hub soon. I also need to buy more stuff. I stockpiling resources and sell excess. I'm stockpiling like energy and minerals in my multiplayer game because I started as mole bots with biological chipset, which apparently makes a lot of the orbital construction use food instead of minerals. So it's actually food that I'm running out of instead of minerals there, at least at that point in the game.
System survey concluded.
The energy was a surprise to have too much energy. I definitely want trade to buy more food, I guess. And I did the standard thing that makes sense normally. Where I actually sold some food at the beginning, which I should not have done that game. But, you know, mistakes will be made. Alright. More day,
Construction
and
completed.
Hesuk and a synth have star holds. There's also a visual indicator at least, so I can see star port level 5 and check. Which is nice. Enable refinery, because I desperately need minerals. And I don't need food that much, so another trade hub. Which hopefully I can trade for energy. Solar panel network gives 6 energy. This will cost 2.5. Gives 4, so it doesn't give much, but I need to buy minerals, so. It's in law, so before long I need upgrades, and I'm also stockpiling out. Because I know I'm stockpiling stuff, I'll just do another trade hub there. I'll delay more star holds. I need enough alloys to be able to upgrade the reserve fleets in a hurry if I'm attacked by the hive. Wonder if I lost any ships yet in this fight. Looks like either I lost a ship or no, it did an emergency FTL jump. This was under Murdoch too. It wasn't actually under the Trickster. That's the thing. That's good. Looks like I've wiped out all the corvettes. Now it's just the battleship. Those missiles? Those are missiles. So you would think the point defense would shoot them down. I don't know. I'll actually get this battleship for free after, so I'll be able to check what it was armed with. It'd be useful to know in case I ever do another new campaign. Well, I mean, it will at some point. Hopefully I remember what I learned. And start Spiritus, and there's a 1 in 5 chance to gain the Radical Coal. Which, because you get specimens from it, it's actually good to start with. It's actually a reason not to start with, like, renamed United Nations of Earth system. So I think that blocks the Radical Coal. I don't think you can get it, because instead you have a chance of getting a UNE specific start thing, where you, like, find the Pathfinder probe. Go hunting for it and get that sometimes. The UNE and the Commonwealth of Man both have their own unique event things they can get. Commonwealth always gets theirs. UNE has a low chance to roll it. Even though the United Nations of Earth gets extra terraforming worlds, it's very much a start though. It's built for new players. Where if you actually play as the pre-made UNE, they have somewhat decent civics and origin stuff for in earlier versions of the game. It's become increasingly outdated. They're fanatic egalitarian, which helps with specialist crunch, which especially new players won't know how to increase their specialist ratio enough. And Xenophile helps with not provoking other empires into attacking you, so it's definitely a beginner's empire. And being able to terraform both Mars and Proxima Centauri gives you a late game boost, so that by the time you've figured out the game enough and are ready to, you know, try for winning, you've probably got those worlds terraformed, because new players are going to take longer to win than experienced ones. At least I think that's why it is the way it is. These Voidworms are probably never leaving until either the world blows up or I send a fleet to dispatch them, which won't happen for some time. I just don't have ships available, especially with my combat best ships up that way. Much of my combat fleet. I'm gonna have to upgrade a bunch of ships, build new ships maybe even, and then come back in force and wipe these Voidworms out. Hopefully before the planet gets to 100% devastation and turns into a shattered world, which would suck. I need alloy production. serving this could give this empire, which is friendly, I'll admit, but it could give them an archaeology site. Assuming that's an individualist machine empire, or a Gestalt, but a friendly Gestalt. Maybe rogue servitors. $1,053 squires. Very nice. You guys make terrible squares, but they actually make good knights, since I'm pretty sure that knights count as researchers or bureaucrats. Anyways. Probably uplift them at some point. Maybe try and send an anchor, I guess, because maybe I'll keep them in place. They're 100% habitable here. They're gonna end up probably doing worker jobs either way. At least they'll do it where they're full habitability. But some Primos needs pops to work in the heavy industry, which at least these natural intellectuals have no debuff to metallurgist jobs, so.
System survey concluded.
They accepted this deal. Nice. Operations end was surveyed. It's just the Craxma system. And they'll try and head through the territory of these guys. Well, they can, even though they're unfriendly, they haven't closed their borders. Because they're mercantile and that would cause some influence. They don't do it. And then they'll explore. Set out looking for new life forms, new civilizations. They should build to go. No blow has gone before. Alright. There's something missing. Time for mineral buy. Automate. Energy will come in handy. I'm running more short in energy than I'd like to myself. It's the deficit is becoming a real problem with that. And I need energy. I need 900 minerals to. Actually, I need 1440 minerals to automate the generators here. And same here. Big investments. Instead, put resources into adding metallurgists because I desperately need alloys. We'll see. About to 1 month. Boom. We have uplifted the Cinematus species to sapiens. This is another just fixed amount of uni. After our guide's unceasing dedication, we have completed the uplifting project on Sojimia Secundus. We have transitioned the Pseudomatus into a fully sapient species in the Genesis Preserve. As they once called home, it's been transformed to a Genesis monument. Forever stands as an enduring testament to the achievement that was the evolution of the species. This is going to add biologist jobs, which I will want to disable. These guys are earthbound. Do make good technicians, so. Got no particular advantages, roboticists, whatever. Keep the pops are already at this stratum. Working as roboticists. At least they fixed where you won't create unemployed popsmen. And they'll all work as farmers and odd factor workers and colonists, I guess. Because there is an amenity shortage. I don't yet have the minerals to further develop a Segemia. Second is... well, when I complete the generator district, maybe I should do it this month. Get some technicians instead of colonists. Yeah. Also, so we had to plant capacity. I have pops to work it, even manually, it's still useful. Uplifts, there should be. Vorians on Vitsin Prime. These guys on Segemia Prime. They just haven't disappeared. So probably the Bavarians. Doesn't matter when I do this. This happens the second of the month anyways. Let's uplift the Bavarians. This lithoids will make mineral shortage worse. It's gonna get even more workforce. I'll have to put them to work as technicians, actually. Why am I doing farmers? Because this used to be a farm ag world. I should actually do technicians because I need the energy more. Natural intellectuals. May not be ideal workers, but they can still work in the farms. Have a little food. Boom. Cool. Next month, the machine awakens. That's trying to stored research, actually. If I don't do it now, it might slow. This is... oh, it's saying 4 months. But that's probably because it can't pull a full whatever amount of stored research. Alright, I'll do the machine awakens now. The machine stirs. Vending machine. Ancient mechanisms clanking behind the smooth facade. After much whirring, buzzing, and a dramatic pause, a metallic panel slides back, and a ship-sized cylinder rolls out of the machine. Oh, soft drink. The cylinder contains a liquid most foul, a once delicious nutrient, long spoiled by time. By studying the substance, our scientists hope to learn about the biology of the aliens who once delighted in it, assuming we can do something about the smell first. Fascinating. Bunch of society research. Yep, that does decrease the time of the Bavarians, as is suspected. Pop growth is king. Instead of a tiny bit of extra society, it makes sense. Get more pops and bits in soon. Yeah, I'll get more energy and food out of the deal, as well as pop growth that way. So I'll add to my energy. Automating technician jobs. Synth. Yeah, I can't upgrade the capital because of the minerals. We're going to do a materials workshop. So stuff to do in Hessic. And Vitsin with either automation or industry. There's always stuff to do. It's not always the minerals to do it. You know, I'll buy some more alloys. Never able to buy enough of them. Yeah, can upgrade the Korriban starbase. Should still have enough alloys when this completes to start on trade hubs here. Yeah, I'm upgrading for trade hubs, which will bring enough energy to more than the increased upkeep cost. Help slightly alleviate my energy shortage situation, not by much. And I can get some food, even though I don't have use for this much food production, really. Nothing else I'll sell for trade. Slight profit. And slightly more defense. And then I'm probably just going to need to focus on upgrading my fleet from here on. And I've got all the most useful star ports upgraded. The ones that can have either a nebula refinery at Hessic or hydroponics at these. The others would only be able to do trade hubs, so less profitable. Really, mostly useful for extra guns to wear down the hive. They have such strong fleets it won't make that much of a difference. More of a speed bump than anything with FTL inhibitors, and does buy more time though, the Starhold, so not useless. Let's maintain a less ready fleet. My fleet is already well below the readiness I need to be at. Constructing starbase. They're still surveying. It also makes their scientists level up. Could be useful. Gain experience. I don't know if that one will actually manage to make a level before dying. Spare organs increases the odds though. Caustic pools. Huh? This is another colony event. Oh, no, this is something to do with the Voidworms. Not sure I want to see this. It's probably something negative. Getting a flat amount of exotic gases. While investigating the last known location of the missing scout team on Sujima Prime. Oh, it's that event chain. We discovered a landscape of highly acidic bogs exuding a mist of pure exotic gas. These swamps are home to a species of resilient native flora is capable of surviving the extreme acidity. While the landscape is highly hazardous, conducting further research in the gas mist could prove beneficial for colony resources. Study this mist and gain some exotic gases. Wonder if this world had a bog. Nope. It's arid. It's a desert world, actually. Whatever. Flat amount of exotic gas is beneficial. I don't know what the next thing in the chain is, but eventually I'll probably do gene clinics or something. Something pop Earth is king. It's going to be not that worthwhile, since I'll probably do synthetic evolution, not biogenesis, because advanced authorities are just so much better. And also help me get droids tech earlier. I can get it with an agenda guaranteed. Whatever the next level of robot tech. Wonder what's on cooldown right now. Chart the known. Might be able to launch this next, actually. Find a few more anomalies. This is 114 months to launch, but the time till I can do it is like 40 something. I like anomalies, and I cannot lie. There's this to make specialists in the capital better, and this to add resources everywhere. Useful stuff. Hmm. 5980 unity. Just think about civil exclusion thing. Oh. Disappear. It's probably past time to do an anti-crime campaign on Hesuk. I could wait. Yep. More enforcers in the future. Nah, I need those technicians. Pops free up to be technicians and pay for the extra energy upkeep. And then some. Slight cost uni, but decisions. Do a crime war deal or anti-crime campaign. I'll do an anti-crime campaign here. So let me keep crime in check with fewer enforcers. Probably do it at 35. Probably. Except this thing will probably, I'll have to remember. Manifest will probably cause happiness issues. Even 34, cutting a little close, but that frees up. Yeah, 45 pops. Eventually them up. Yep, that's fine. And more robots. Hesuk as well. Maybe 2 on those ends. Wait. Do a materials lab, but not immediately. Yeah, I can wait. Do the automation stuff first. Basic balancing my most basic economy is probably more important than extra research right now. Capital or investing in research on Anchor. Okay. Chalcedians have declared the Otagon their rival. Slowly getting to like me more. Interesting. Justify the will at munch price. Yeah, they're threatening to kill everyone. Although I suspect my pops to be turned into livestock, even if they went peacefully. Yeah, pacifist. I'm not fanatic pacifist. I'm willing to attack the hive if they seem weak. And defend against them for sure. And by having Liberation Wars enabled the militarists, who's still 23% political power, a little happier.
Colony establishment has begun.
Striber Prime, the Tundra World. I always look at these and they look kind of like two worlds. The coloration is too similar. There we go. Technician jobs. These guys actually make excellent technicians. Yep, it did exactly the allocation of pops I would have wanted. Well, no, because it has some Olari on these jobs. I'd rather have the Earthbound pops. Odd workers, factor workers are. I think I made the problem worse. Oh well. Would rather not have Olari in the technician jobs. Rather have him as, well, doing farmer jobs, but can't manage it. Guess I might need a few colonists, but it's kind of happiness problem. Just a few to make the minis problem less. Alright, might need more than that. Trying to keep above 50% offer approval. Alright. There we go. Thing. They're not happy enough, but whatever. 32 colonists, farmers, bunch of technicians. So I'll have to do. Master Nature, which will largely increase pop growth. These worlds and so enough minerals for anything else. Automating farms here. Oh, see what the colonists. I mean, civilians, robot civilians, of course. Shortage of that preparation for the automated farm. Oh no, it's 75. Oop. 75 farming jobs free. Yeah, the shortage of energy isn't enough. I'll do that. Oh shoot, I need some colonists. Ah. Well, one colonist is all free. Stability cell. On some jobs in bits and seconds. Primes and more pops. All working technicians and farmers and still some left over. To enable some tech colonist jobs. Just do that. Cool. 420. No. Slightly memey. Point in the game to save. Let's go a little further. This video. Microsingularity. Ah. Yeah, microsingularity passed through a world that just gives, I think, skilled physics or maybe a physics deposit. Prospecting there. Swap off Burmeister where I can actually find anomalies. Hubble will have Ramirez. Survey this quickly and then get exploring. Anastasia or Nova. What's this guy doing? Kuiper? Kuiper 5, like the Kuiper belt. Okay, this is not an efficient pattern at all. There we go, that's better. Guess that was safe. I doubt there's... Put a bossy here, actually. Finding another Empire too soon might be a bad thing, because my envoys are both in use. I'm going to have to stop improving relations or